Hello, friends. I will give it a few minutes for people to come in and hang out.
Don't mind me if I'm eating pizza.
Listen, I have chips. I have like drinks. It's fine.
Okay.
I did remember to eat before I got on here, but then I was like, oh my God, what if I get hungry during the
Yeah.
sprint? It's fine.
True.
People have already seen me eat, so it's what it is at this point. I just kind of feel like I have no shame at this
I have
point.
no
Like
shame either.
I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna drink. My
I'm
kid
gonna
might
wrap
wake
my
up.
hair in a mom bun.
Hello, Ollie. How are you? What are you reading? Do you want to share what you're reading, Rainy? Oh, I guess I should introduce you. This is Rainy, my best internet friend. So,
Yeah.
hello.
I'm okay. I'm reading Delilah Gray. I'm reading like 20 books. I'm having a crisis in the moment.
It's a time.
It's
It's a
just
time.
I just keep discovering I'm more and more like a mood reader, and so like I'll keep forgetting that I put all these holds on Libby. And then they're all
Mhm.
coming in at the same time. And I've kept denying Delilah Green like 20 times. And I was like, Rainy, you just need to read this book. So I'm reading it. And it's great. But also the audiobook goes away tomorrow. And I already checked Scribd and they don't have it. So I would have to get it off Audible. And I don't really want to pay for it. And it's really good though.
What's
So
a crisis?
that's happened
So
3 times to me with the books. I keep not reading them before time is up.
So I have two books that I'm working on. So I have the audio. I also still have the ebook or whatever, but I'm probably gonna return it because
I started that one like a year ago and I just never finished it and I like was like, "Oh, I probably should." Like it wasn't bad. I just
so Get a Life Chloe Brown is on Scribd. I
okay.
found it today because I was like, I am just not vibing with like reading with my eyeballs. Like I don't know what's going on. But it's only romance that I don't want to read with my eyes. So I think it's just because like I don't read romance. Like I'm only reading it to do rom-comathon. And this is the
You
fifth
love
book.
Coho.
Yeah, I know, but otherwise, like other than Coho, I don't do romance. But I've hit
I like
rom-comathon.
think I do romance, but I don't think I really do romance.
Yeah, rom-comathon has made me a romance girly. Like I've hit it. Hit my this is my era. So I'm reading Get a Life Chloe Brown. I'm like listening to it. And then I also have a book that I got from the library that is for my secret project and I'm just going to show you cuz it's one of your books.
Oh no, which book?
And it's like staring at me from your shelf. So
Is it other people's okay.
I do
Oh,
have the
I love this
audio.
book. It's my whole heart.
I do have the audio for this too in
There's an
case I
audio
don't
for
know
that?
with my
Mother. No,
eyes.
yes, there is. Yes, there is. I listened to it,
Yeah,
Rainy. Shut
I found it. So originally, so I had found this at the library last month when we went, like when we went to the library for the first time, and I was like, I'm gonna grab this. And Sam was like, "What is that?" And I was like, "It Rainy wants me to read this book, like for my project." And he was
all
like,
vibes.
"Hmm." And I was like, apparently it's like super good. And I also have the audio for another 6 days, and nobody's waiting for it. Um, but I'm
You
an
know what's
audiobook
funny about that
snob,
book though?
so
What's funny about that is that one of my favorite booktubers, I was on her sprints the other day, and she was like mentioning like give me slow burn thriller Rex, and I was like, oh, this one because it's like very slow burn, and she goes,
yeah.
oh, Rainy, I hated this book, and I'm like, what? I'm like, why? And she was like, because what did she say? She was like, it was just too pretentious for me, and like not in a way that I enjoyed. And I was like, oh, I was just all about it. I don't know. I will say it's a little pretentious, but I don't
Is it
know.
like a rich people drama?
Well, what?
Like, is there rich people drama in it? Like, that's the vibe that this gives me.
Yes, I mean, well, it's like people, it's like rich people, but they're not. No, they want to be rich. Like that's the whole thing. Like it's just following 2 college girls, and one of the girls, her best friend was murdered on campus, And so she decides to study abroad in Berlin, and she goes with the other girl. And it's just it's a coming out story for her, but like it's them trying to be like rich, fancy people in Berlin, and then there's like a mystery going on. So yes, it's like rich people vibes, but they're not rich.
Gosh. Just take a shower and I'm about to make bagel dough. That sounds awesome. I'm awesome. Fine. I'm like tired today for some reason. Like I don't know.
I fell asleep in my sprints.
I mean, listen, it's fine.
I was reading, and then 30 minutes later, I woke up and I wasn't reading.
Right. I hope that you love this book. We did Brittany and I did the live show this morning and it like went fine. I say that like it went fine. No, like it was good. It was fun. I don't know what to say. Like I can't say a lot about Verity because Verity is basically just spoilers. Like you can't talk about it without spoiling it. But if you read this, please tell me about it. Please tell me how you like it. Going to listen to On a Quiet Street. This sounds like a thing I'm going to start. Listen, I hope that you love this book. Okay.
What is Run, Run, Run?
Girl, it's Dolly Parton and James Patterson.
Oh, okay. I thought that was
I literally
a weird combination.
It's this one.
See, I saw that and I had no interest in reading that.
So here's the thing. I love Dolly Parton, which is like the only reason I wanted to read it. I'm really like, I've pretty much outgrown James Patterson and he's kind of he is a trash human.
All right, give me a hug. Can you say goodbye to them? Can you say bye?
Bye.
Bye. Good night, Lincoln.
Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Oh. Okay, go. Go with Daddy.
Okay. So I have it physically because I got it from Walmart, but I also have it on Audible, and I highly recommend that people listen to the audiobook, but like reading it is fine too. Like reading it, you're going to get the same. It's just a different experience if you listen to the Audible because it's like Kelsey Ballerini, Dolly Parton. Like there's like a whole cast of people.
Kelsey Ballerini narrates?
Yeah. She narrates the main chick.
That's cool.
Yeah. Like, and it's just like such a cool, like, I don't know, like it feels like listening to a movie, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm just not big on James Patterson.
Me either. Like I said, I got it simply because it had Dolly Parton's name on it. Like literally, that was the only reason. Because Sam was like, "Are you going to read this?" And I was like, "It has Dolly Parton's name on it." So, yes.
I mean, I do love Dolly.
Right.
She's pretty great.
Okay. I don't know if more people are going to talk. It says that there are 7 people here. So if you're here and you're just not speaking, hello, welcome. So nice to have you. Hello, Brittany, the other bestie. What are you reading? Are you still... Have you given up on My Killer Vacation? Is that what we've decided? Like you've given up on it? Listen, I DNF'd it like days ago.
I have it sitting on my shelf, and I'm scared of reading it because everyone's saying it's bad. Well, except for Kaylee, who's loving it.
Kaylee's having a good time with it.
I know.
I only got it for Dolly too. Exactly. Hello, Lauren. So I read it. I read 5 chapters and then I DNF'd. So I'm not the one to ask. I was bored. Like I was real bored. Also, like I didn't like the narrator for Miles, but like he wasn't enough of a like Michelle's right. He like the narrator for Miles on the audiobook really does sound like a 70-year-old man that's been smoking like his entire life. I ended up yeah.
Or have you not read
The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager? Yeah, I read it. I read it during my 24-hour sprint. I read it from start to finish during my 24-hour sprints.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And I did listen to the last, like, 50% of it in audio, and it wasn't bad because I'd already read like I'd already read half of it, knowing that she was supposed to be 30.
Yeah.
You know? Hello, Kaylee. Came in right when I heard.
I was
Yes, we
saying
were talking.
My Killer Vacation.
Yeah, we were talking about how much you love My Killer Vacation, and you're gonna be the one to defend it in the comments, because I know that Aoife did not like it. Michelle gave it like a 3-star. Lexi's not sure. Rye DNF'd it. Because Rye DNFing it was what made me be like, okay, it's okay to DNF this. So.
Yeah.
Hello, ML.
I did get a different romance book though the other day. It was just speaking to me, but I've heard mixed things on this one too. But it looks so cute. Love in the Time of
Yes. So I want to read this because I tried to get it as an ARC from NetGalley and they denied my request. So, like, it's fine, but like, I do want to read it.
It looks so good.
Yeah, I'm sorry. People listen. First of all, like, I'm surprised that I've enjoyed listening to these romances as much as I have, because I've completed 4. Right? Yes, I've completed 4, and I've given 2 of the 4 5 stars.
What did you read?
I read Under One Roof by Ali Hazelwood, which I gave
that.
It was fine. Like, it was 3.5 stars. I didn't like Ali Hazelwood, in my opinion, is not good at writing smut scenes.
Oh no.
Like, the way she describes things is very weird.
Old in the mouth? Yeah, okay.
And I didn't like the way that the ending was. I felt like all the character development that we saw throughout this 200-page novella just like went to shit. Like, and I was like annoyed by that. I listened to The Stand-In, which is by Lily Chu. I got it from Audible because I do have an Audible subscription. I just don't always pay it like to get the credit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's still active.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So on Audible Premium, they let you check out like or listen to certain books without using a credit, and that was one. And it's narrated by Philippia Sue.
Okay.
So I was like, yes, okay. So I gave that one 5 stars. A Faux Love Story is a Simon and Schuster YA.
Oh, that
like
looks
Romeo
cute.
Juliet retelling. It was super cute. I gave that one 5 stars. And then I also listened to People We Meet on Vacation, and I gave that 4.5 stars. So I read Book Lovers. Book Lovers was the first Emily Henry that I finished because I tried to read People We Meet on Vacation once before, like at the beginning of the year, and I DNF'd it. I got like 8 chapters into the ebook, and I was like, and it's going back to the library. Like,
did you like Book Lovers?
Yeah, so I gave Book Lovers 4 stars.
I love Book Lovers, and the more I hear other people like say stuff about it, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's totally true.
I did enjoy Book Lovers, but it wasn't a romance.
No, it wasn't.
It was about her and her sister, which like is fine. I still really liked it. But y'all really got me thinking I was reading a romance, and then like, but I listened to Book Lovers, so I got Book Lovers with a credit because I was working at Duncan. I didn't have time to like read a paper book. And the library was forever holding, so I have it as a physical copy on my shelf now. Along with People We Meet on Vacation, but I ended up getting People We Meet on Vacation from the library. So that I could listen to it at Duncan last week. And I mean, it was a cute book. Like, it was definitely a romance, in my opinion. I stan Poppy and Alex. I mean, honestly. Today has been the worst. Life exploded after our lives. So I have read no books. Ended up going out at 7 p.m. book shopping. Oh, I mean, I am so sorry that the day just exploded. Hello, listening to the daughter of Dr. Moreau and loving it. Hello. I'm so glad that you're loving it. Also, if you want to tell me your actual name, if not, I'll just call you of Butterflies and Books. Like, it's fine. I actually started to like My Killer Vacation. Turned around for me around chapter 12. Probably going to be a 3 or 4 star. We'll see once I finish. Yeah, I was bored, and I'm not a completionist, so I will just stop reading books if I'm bored. So
It's literally right here. I'm like, I'm just wondering. What's so wrong?
I mean, I'm wondering if reading it would be better, but I couldn't find it at any of my libraries.
Oh yeah, see, I bought it, but I just buy books. Wait, I sell them though, because like I don't know. I need to like use my library more, but I feel like I have a small library, and so they don't always get all the books. And then when they do, they buy like one copy, and I'm just like for what is it? I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy. That book. There's 2 copies, and I'm number 132. I'm just like,
see, we have at the Indiana library, we had 30 copies, I think, of that book, and I was number like 100 and something in line. But I was like, okay, but if there's 30 copies,
really like number whatever,
right? Because that was kind of my thing. Was I was like, okay, but if there's 30 copies, like, okay, like that's fine. Let me see if I can find it. Because I have like everything on hold right now. Like everything's on hold. Where is it? Do I not have it on hold? I thought I did.
Although the audio for that book is on Scribd, so I've just been listening to it there.
Jeanette McCurdy?
Uh-huh.
Oh. I didn't know it was on
I'll
just grab it on Scribd. I'll just grab it on Scribd then, because I didn't know it was on Scribd.
Really good. It's really good. All right, done with my pizza.
Found it. Okay, cool. I didn't think it would be on Scribd. So I'm number 52 for Jeanette McCurdy's book on audio. It's also on Scribd. So if you want to read it on Scribd, I just grabbed it on Scribd. I'm probably not going to listen to it tonight, though, because from what I've heard of this book, it's relatively heavy, and I'm not really in the mood for a heavy book. Oh my gosh, be quiet.
No, I need to actually get reading done, and I need to figure out my life. I feel like I'm entering 2 different eras of books, like dark romance era and like literary fiction era.
Yeah, I am just like embracing this romance era, but also I like really need to figure out how to batch content, because like I'm making myself go crazy with trying. Well, like vlogs, I can't batch, but like sit down videos.
See, that's been the problem, because I batch. Like, I have another YouTube channel, and I batch for that one, and that's been really easy. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna batch for this one, and then I was like, well, how the hell do you batch? You have to read books. I'm like, you can't batch talking about books you haven't read. But then I was like, okay, like if I sat down and actually made my content calendar for like the next 3 months, then I could be like, okay, I'm gonna have this many vlogs, and I'm gonna do this many stand-alone like sit down ones, and then just sit down and batch all of those. So that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm
trying to figure out how to batch this sit down videos. It's impossible to batch vlogs, I feel like, because they're in real time for you. But like I'm like, how do I batch my sit down videos? Because I have to do my July wrap up.
Yeah.
Is this July? This is August. I have to do my August wrap up. I have to do the September TBR game, which I already filmed once and had to scrap because like a whole, like half of it was not usable. It's fine. So I have to do both of those. And then I have a sit down video that's supposed to come out in October, which is for my Vlogoween TBR, because I do have books picked out for that.
Okay.
But I'm like, what day do I have like 6 hours to just sit in front of the camera or my phone?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, could you even just do it where you do like 2 video, like you spend like, I don't know, a week and like you film 2 videos a day or something.
Right. That's what I'm trying to figure out. But I have to figure out which videos.
Well, yeah, you need to sit down and like plan out your next 3 months, and then like once you've done that, you can be like, okay, I'm gonna film these 2 on this day, I'm gonna film these on this day, and these on this day, and yeah.
So I'm probably gonna do that in this sprint while listening.
Oh, that's what I'm doing in this sprint. I'm gonna be listening and then finishing my content calendar.
Yeah. So
hello, Amy.
Hello, Amy. I was doing so well, staying 1 week ahead, but I still haven't edited either video for next week. So, yeah. And it's like that Coho vlog has just been sitting in my archives since June. It's fine.
My August has been so bad because me going back to school just made me incapable of doing anything. And so I've been reading, but not nearly as much. And then I haven't been vlogging it. And so, like, I have this vlog coming out tomorrow. And only the people on this thread will know it. But, like, I went back to edit it, and I would start talking about a book. And then I never finished talking about it. But I finished the book. And I'm like, Rainy, what are you doing with your life? So now I'm like making up like different areas in my house where I can be like, I'm at 50% of this book.
Right. That's like my rom-com-a-thon vlog. I think only has 4 clips because like I forgot to vlog yesterday. I ended up vlogging in the car on Thursday. Like completely space vlogging yesterday. But then like literally Sam was getting gas and I waited for me to see him go into the gas station and pull my phone out and was like, hey, hi, hello, and like did my little vlog thing. And then he's like there's a clip in there that I can't cut out because of how I was speaking, that you see me tracking him with my eyes because he's standing outside the car, like walking toward the car, like looking at me like, what the fuck are you doing? And then so he gets in the car and I had stopped vlogging and I was like, I was just doing a vlog clip. And he was like, I was kind of wondering why you were holding your phone like that. Because I do all my filming on my phone, which I need to figure out how, like, what camera to get so I can save for one, because
I love the camera I got. Though I'm very lazy with mine because I used to film only on my phone. And now that I have my camera, I'm like, okay, well now I have to get up and I have to go into my other room and I have to put in the battery. And then half the time the battery's dead. And I'm like, well, frick frack. But
I'm not trying to be funny, but like send me like in the chat, like the private chat, like send me like what camera you use, because like I need to save for a camera, but like going and like trying to find one is like overwhelming. Like it makes me want to just
I'll send you the one I got. I love it. I did a lot of research. I basically just bought the one that my favorite YouTuber that like does great vlogs said, buy this one. And I said, okay, thanks for that.
Great. That's what I need. Hello, Cassie. I hope that you are feeling better after your procedure yesterday. Sometimes with vlogs, I finish a book and just don't want to film. So I'm like, I'll do that later. Yeah. So this is funny because the first vlog for my project is supposed to go up on Friday, like this next Friday, not like yesterday. Yeah. And I was looking through the footage of it and I realized that I never did this sit down portion of the vlog. Like the part
talk about what books you're going to read.
No, I did that part because the way that I do my vlogs is I'm just like, hey, hi, hello. Like I just open it like a vlog. Like I don't do a sit down portion at the beginning.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But at the end, I usually do a sit down portion where I talk about like my feelings, like how I felt about the books that were presented in the vlog. And I haven't done that. So y'all are going to get like editing Neva. I'm just going to pop in and be like, hi. This
Rainy, I do that literally all the time. I'm like editing Rainy here to say this,
like,
and I'm like,
hello, editing Neva here. Just wanted to give my final thoughts on each of these books.
See, my problem is I also just start my vlog with whatever book I'm gonna read, and then later, and then I'll always whatever I'm filming the last book, I'll end up doing my sit down portion then, so it's always the beginning portion that I forget. And I'm like, okay, Rainy, like you need to do that first. You need to like maybe like, and someone told me, I think one of my booktubers I follow said she does this. Though she has her whole thing planned out for the month, and then she just spends like one day filming all the intro and end clips for those videos so that she doesn't have to worry about that later. And I was like, I need to do that.
Well, I also need to like batch doing my thumbnails because I take like
Thumbnail.
I'm not bad at thumbnails, and honestly, thumbnails are the most fun thing for me. The problem is that like okay, so like yesterday they're privated, so you can't see them yet. But like yesterday, when I was waiting for everyone to get to my house for D&D, I had like an hour between like after I cleaned my kitchen and everybody getting here. So I sat downstairs in my living room with my laptop and just made thumbnails for the 24-hour sprints. I like set up my birthday sprints, which aren't even until November. Like I was doing all because I was like, I'm just gonna make all of these thumbnails.
Yeah.
So like all the thumbnails are done. So I just scheduled the sprints, like all the sprints in StreamYard. Like right now, my StreamYard has like 15 sprints that aren't even happening for like at least another 3 weeks. Like it's what it is. But now I have to like sit down and film. And another thing is like I want to film with with this camera on my phone, right?
Yeah.
But then I can't see myself.
Yeah.
So I have like a crappy like mirror that I set behind my phone, but even then, like I can't always see the mirror correctly to be able to see that I'm in frame. So I've like resigned myself to just filming with the front camera and then flipping the video in post so that everything's facing the right way.
Does it not face the right way when you film regularly? Because mine does.
So, okay, so if I film like this, like with the front camera, so that I can see myself, it films it backwards. So if I like how I hold up like this book to the camera, right? It looks right for you, right?
Yeah.
So when I film like this with the selfie camera, it's backwards.
Is mine backwards? And I'm just not noticing? But it doesn't like. But if you were wearing a shirt like this, it would be backwards,
right?
What? Mine does not do that. My iPhone did not do that.
Yeah, my iPhone does that, and I don't know how to fix it.
Something is up.
Okay, so film all the start of vlogs at once. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
the front camera still feel okay. So maybe it's just my phone that's stupid because. Like, let me see if I can like find a video.
But I know that used to be an iPhone problem way back when, and then they fixed that. So you should not be having that problem.
I swear this is. Hold on. Let me grab the clip that I made today because I held my. Maybe I'm just an idiot. That's possible. Okay, like I'm not trying to be like funny when I say that. Like I really just might think that it's backwards, but like my sister used to do my editing for me. And she would be like, yeah, it's backwards. Okay, here. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Okay, I don't know if you can see this, but like I have the love God, love people. That's like correct for you, right?
Yeah.
But then why in the video is it backwards?
I don't know. Your phone's not doing what it's supposed to do.
And I don't know, like, if there's a setting that I haven't hit. I don't know what it is, but every time I film with this,
what version do you have? What iPhone do you have?
The iPhone 13.
Oh, homegirl, something's wrong.
Right. That's what I'm saying because I was like, okay, maybe if it was like an older iPhone, you know, like I hadn't upgraded my iPhone in like 5 years. But like I just got a new phone. So like now I have to figure out why it's doing that because when my sister was doing my editing, she was like, why is all your stuff backwards, dude? And I was like, I don't know. And she's like, it shouldn't be. But yes, like if I take a photo like this,
that's weird.
It's backwards.
That's weird. I don't know. That's not what it should be doing.
Brittany said, check camera settings on your phone. How do I do that? Oh, I guess go to settings because I'm stupid. She has a much newer phone than I do. Mine is old. Yeah.
So stupid.
I definitely feel like this is like I don't know, like a phone error. Let's see.
Yeah.
Should mirror front camera be off?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's the problem. Mirror front camera was on.
Check now. Film like a clip really quick and make sure.
No, it's still backwards.
What? What? I don't know, Neva. I don't know.
Oh, no, it's not. No, now it's fixed.
There you go.
Great. I'm so glad we figured that out. Now I can film videos with my front camera. Because that's the thing that makes me not want to film, is that I don't want to have to flip everything in post-production. But also I want to be able to see myself. Even though I know that the front camera isn't quite as good as the back camera, but like I don't care, truthfully.
Yeah.
People keep coming back. So okay, Rainy, are hour-long sprints good for you, or do you want to do them shorter?
Do we want to do them shorter? I mean, that works for me. But I'll also do hour, either one. Whatever you want to do.
Okay, like I personally don't care. Like I'm so used to doing hour sprints now that like
we could do 45.
You want to do 45? Okay. So we'll do 45 minutes.
Because I don't like 30, because 30 goes by and I get
too
nothing.
Quick. And that's my thing, is like, that's why I started doing the hour sprints, was because I saw not really like on the channels that I watch most of the time, like because Rye and Michelle and Lexi, they all do like 45-minute sprints. But a couple of channels that I just kind of like popped into and then kind of decided like wasn't my vibe, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was noticing people complaining that the sprints were going too quickly with only 30 minutes. So I was like, well, I'll do hour sprints.
Yeah. Oh, before we do our sprints though, I do have a question because you mentioned that. Who are like your go-to booktubers that you watch?
Like consistently?
Yeah.
I watch Rye. I watch Mel Lenore Reads. Okay. I watch Cassidy. So covers with Cassidy.
Oh, yeah.
I watch her channel. So like the whole late night crew I watch. But I watch Cassidy because she was the first booktuber that I found outside of the romance genre.
Okay.
Well, okay, I should say she was the first one dedicated to fantasy that I found.
Yeah.
Outside of the romance genre. Because there are a lot of fantasy romance YouTubers, but I wanted just fantasy, and that's what Cassie reads. But the first Murphy Napier, I watch her. I found her because I was trying to find like Harry Potter like fan theory content, and she popped up because a few years ago she did like a whole, I think in 2020 she did an entire series on like plot holes and like the different characters. Like she went, like you had to go back in her channel, but she went very in depth. Now she does a lot of like One Piece content, but I still really like her stuff. She was bigger by the time that I found her, but I just like her content, and she reads like I would have never heard about Frederick Bachman outside of, I don't know how you say it. She says it, A Man Called Ove. I don't know how you actually are supposed to.
I think that's it.
I have no idea. I've never listened to the audio, so I don't know. But that's what I go with because she was like the first person that it made sense that his name's Ove and not Ove. I'm just saying. But she is in love with Frederick Bachman. She's actually how I heard about Beartown. She's how I heard about the Lies of Locke Lamora book series.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the like classics. I mean, I'd heard of them, but like, did I want to read them? Absolutely not. But like, she reads a lot of classics. She was like the first big booktuber that I found that was like a huge advocate for audiobooks. A lot more people are now, but for some reason, when people were on lockdown in 2020, people like there were booktubers that were like, if you're going to read, you need to read physically, like physical books with your eyes, or you're not really reading. And I think she's dyslexic. And she was like, honestly, like she did like a whole deep dive video on how you are reading just as efficiently listening to an audiobook, even if you're doing something else, as you are reading with your eyes.
Yeah.
So those are really, I mean, I watch like Brittany's channel whenever like her notifications are on for me, your notifications are on for me. Michelle, Lexi, Rye, Mel, Cassidy. Those are probably the ones that I watch the most consistently that don't just get put, well, and Bree from Four Paws and a Book.
Yeah.
And also Locked Booktition. They're the ones that I tend to watch right away, and they don't just get like kind of put into my watch later list. We're not going to talk about it.
Yeah.
And then I also watch Bree, which she just said here.
Yeah.
Bree Cherie Reads. I watch her stuff. I try to watch her stuff when it comes out. Because she's been like a huge supporter of my channel. Yeah. So I try to watch her stuff when it first comes out. But a lot of booktubers that I follow, like the bigger ones, like Becca from Becca and the Books, and Meg from Meg. What is hers?
I can't remember.
Books with Meg or something. She does the Clue.
Oh, yes. I love her. I watch her videos all the time.
Yeah, those two, I do try to watch them when they pop up, but a lot of times if it's not their like Bookopoly or Cluedo, they kind of get put into watch later list. So yeah, most of the people that I watch are my friends.
Oh, that's
which
good.
Is fine, but yeah, those are the ones that I consistently watch. And plus, like if Ari sees like your video or Brittany's video or Michelle's video, like any of the people that I named that I consider like my friends, she'll be like, let's watch this, Mom.
Oh,
because she knows all of your faces at this point. So the first picture did come out actually backwards, and then the second one right after it saved my camera roll, it came out the right way. So I got it figured out. Thank you.
I do watch. Well, I watch my friends. Like I watch when you do have ones, and I watch like Lexi and the others and stuff. But I've been watching a lot more of the bigger people. Like the reason I did BookTube is because of Books and Lala, Kayla.
Yeah, I love her.
Mm-hmm. I'm obsessed with her. She's fantastic. I watch hers as soon as they come out. Although they always come out at like 10 or 11 at night because she's in Canada. And I'm like, okay. But I watch her. I love Gabby Reads. I love
her too. I try to watch Katie Colson.
I hated her when I first started because I could not handle her. I could not. And then I don't know. I just stuck with it. And now it's like,
here's the thing. I didn't subscribe to Katie Colson. Also, Beartown. I've only read the first one. I need to read the rest of the series. So I need to actually like reread the first one because I don't remember everything that happens. But I'm not in the mood for a heavy book right now. Katie Colson. It took me forever to subscribe to her. Like she kept coming into my recommended because of Locked Booktition, Books and Lala. And
I only subscribed to her because of Meg's scavenger hunt that she
Gavin.
Did. Well, I love Gavin.
Yes, I love Gavin. So How to Train Your Gavin, because I started watching all of Gavin's videos, because him and Katie like collab and are friends and stuff, she popped in and I was like, I don't want to watch this. Like, I don't want to watch this. And then when she talked about Bunny by Mona Awad, or however the hell you say her name, I was like, okay, well, there was such division with that book that I was like, okay, we'll see. And then like it became like her whole personality, and I was like, I can't, no, ma'am. But like I was kind of like you, like I kept going back and consuming her content.
Well, and I also didn't like Books with Meg when I first met her because I hated when she put GIFs on the screen. I was like, no, I can't. And now I like love it, but I hated it when
that kind of would drive me nuts with her videos at first too. That I was like, are these like necessary? Like why?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But it's that's her like aesthetic. Like that's her thing. Yeah. And I feel like now that I'm doing BookTube, I have things like it might annoy people that I have started saying hey, hi, hello at the beginning of my vlogs, which all of the vlogs that are going up, basically in every clip, that's how I open them because I feel stupid just being like, hey, friends. So, so I started saying,
like, hello, here we
right.
go.
I started saying, hey, hi, hello. And Sam heard me do it one day. So now if he's like in a mood and like he can tell that I'm like irritated about something, he'll be like, hey, hi, hello. And I'm like, get away from me. I do not understand why Bunny turned to every. Yeah. And here's the thing with Katie.
I liked that book, but it was like weird.
I wanted. So here's the thing. Okay. So I'm an introverted. No.
Extrovert.
An extroverted introvert. So
Yeah.
like if I get into a group of people and I can like have time to like warm up to them, I can interact with people like an extroverted person, but like I would prefer to just stay home. You know what I'm saying? Like I would just let me stay home. Katie reminded me of like when people would tell me like, wow, you're a lot, like you're very like I'm loud sometimes. And like I have when I'm comfortable with people, like how I am on my channel, like I'm very like bubbly and like kind of like how Jess will say like I light up a room or whatever, which is like cliche, but like I do try to be like a positive force in people's lives. And that's I don't always like other people that are like that. Because Katie, and that's what Katie was. It was like that part of my personality. And I was like, no. But like the more that I watch her, the more that I love her. So I try to watch, she does a lot of premieres at like 10:30 in the morning.
I mean, I am part of her Patreon. She hooked me.
And so I've thought about joining her Patreon, but I've never gone to look at it because I know that once I look at it, I'll subscribe.
Although I was thinking of not doing it only because like I can't commit to that many. Like I'm subscribed to Kayla because Kayla is like my ride or die YouTuber. I'm obsessed with her. I just love her. And then I'm on Gabby's and I really like being on Gabby's. And then I was on Mel Reed's, I think, for a while. And then I dropped hers. And then I'm on Katie's, but I was going to probably drop hers. There's so many others I wanted to join. Like Riley Marie has one, and I love Riley. I don't know if you watch her.
I do, yeah.
Her. And then Books with Brittany, is that her name? She reads a lot of literary fiction. She reads a lot of books that I would never read, but I somehow like her because of that. So like,
right.
But then my favorite Patreon that I do, and I only like this one because there's not that many of us, and so like I actually get to talk to like the YouTuber is Haley Hughes. I don't know if you follow her. I'm obsessed with her. I love her so much. But it's funny because I like also what she does is like she does a book club like most of them do once a month. But instead of like getting like her friends, like other YouTubers to like be the host, she picks like people from her top tier. Like she asks people. And so like I'm doing it this month with her, which is really exciting. I was like, oh, which means I just like now.
I'm part of Rise Patreon. I was part of Becca's and I was part of Meg's, and then I kind of just dropped both of those because there are so many people in those Discord chats that I was like overwhelmed.
Yes. That's how I feel about Katie, and I'm like, I need to take a step back.
I'm in the Late Night Cruise Discord, and there's like a bunch of us, but it's not overwhelming to me. And then I'm in Rise Roses tier on Patreon, which I think is the highest tier. I think it's like $8 or something. And I like being in hers because there's not a ton of us in there yet.
Yeah, like I know everybody in Haley's. Like I see them and I'm like, oh yeah, I know that person.
And we all like interact with each other. Like I don't know how to say this without sounding mean, but like sometimes when you're like part of bigger creators, not just on BookTube, but just like in general, like bigger creators, like their Patreon that has Discord, you kind of feel like you're not connected to, you know what I mean? It's like they're a celebrity type thing. Yes. Now Becca or when I was in there anyway, she did really well with the Discord and like interacting with people in the Discord. But like
it can be a good job with hers, even though hers is really big.
Yeah, it can be like overwhelming. You know what I mean? Like
That is a reason though that I wanted to drop Katie's, because I love Katie, but I just feel like I'm like lost in the sea of nothingness.
People.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
Plus,
And
I
like,
have
I
been
don't
interested in the books she's been reading for the club lately, and so I'm just like,
we'll see, and I don't get on, like, I watch Katie's videos, but I've only been on her sprints like twice. Because couple of times that I've been on her sprints, she's had like 200 people on there, and I'm like, absolutely not. Like, not because I don't want to support her. I've definitely turned her sprints on and just let them play, or like gone through and like clicked on them and like liked them so that she gets the engagement. But like, I can't be in a sprint that's that many people. Like, I just, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, do we want
to read
do a sprint?
Yeah.
Listen, at this point, everyone is used to me talking for the first 45 minutes, so it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so
like, I've only been talking to my son all day, so
listen, I've only been talking to Ariana all day, so it's fine. Okay, so like usual, I mean, we're gonna do 45 minutes tonight instead of an hour, which like is perfectly fine with me. There might be, I'm not committing to anything, but there might be some extra sprints on my channel this week because I'm supposed to be done with Duncan on Tuesday, and I'm just not gonna go back.
Don't go back. Don't do it. I quit Domino's and like didn't give them 2 weeks or nothing way back when, and I was like, I give no craps, except for it was really awkward when I had to go pick up my check. So I waited. I could see through the window when my managers went to the back, and I sprinted in, grabbed my check, sprinted out.
And see, my check will come as a direct deposit, so I don't even have to go back.
Was not the case for me.
I don't have to go back to do anything. So I'm just kind of like, because they literally did not post the schedule for this next week until today at 1:00. Absolutely not.
Bye.
So Sam was like, just don't go. He was like, nope, tell them you're not going back. I'm not even going to tell them. I'm just not going to show up.
Don't tell them. Don't tell them.
And I did block my manager and the district manager's numbers on my phone, which like I feel kind of bad about, but like also not. So there might be extra sprints this week. I also will have no excuse but to get things edited. Yeah, I'm not going to. I'm just gonna call it a wash.
I also worked at Dunkin' way back when, and I hated that job with every fiber of my being.
And what's crazy is I liked the one that I worked at in Florida.
Oh, really?
But I think it's because the vibe at that one was so different because there were so many people there that were single parents or co-parents like me. Like I was a single mom.
Bunch of older Hispanic men that would hit on me, and I was only 17, and it was really awful.
And like the manager that I had at the one in Florida, she was like a single mom. Like she co-parented with her ex, but she was a single mom. So if I had to bring Ari in, she would let me. Like if I had to take the day off for something because of Ari, like it was not like a huge deal. Like she believed in like mental health days. Yeah. And so then I came to this Dunkin' and it's just like a cesspool of stress. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good. I can find a new job.
You can.
Sam was like, just make a Patreon. People will come to it. And I was like, no.
I want to make a Patreon, but I'm not going to do that until I have a certain number.
I mean, I only have like 160.
Yeah, I know. Like, I want to have at least like 3,000 before I do that.
Yeah, I was like, and he was like, you have 100. He's like, you have over 100 subscribers. You should just do it. And I was like, maybe like 1,000.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I'd rather like have, when those people are like, I'm starting a Patreon and they have a bunch of subscribers, and then it's like, oh, I got this many people. Like, I'd rather that.
I should just, he told me to make a Patreon and then just put it in my description and never announce it until I hit the target audience for like how many people, like the target number for how many people I want. And I was like, I could do that because at least then it would be there as like an option.
Well, you could, even if you didn't want to commit to having a Patreon right now, like literally have a Patreon with like a one tier, and it's just like you're supporting my channel type deal. And
that's what I was thinking.
And then
Because
once
I could commit to like extra random sprints, but I
yeah.
don't know what else I could like. I could commit to that, and then I do have the bonfire thing because I made myself merch.
Oh, nice.
So I have the bonfire thing that people could order stuff from. I could give you like a discount code for
Yeah.
that. But
Yeah.
like otherwise, like I don't know what else to commit to. I'm not. Okay, let's go ahead. We'll do 45 minutes.
All right. I'm gonna
So
actually read while I do other stuff because I need to
that's
finish
what
the
I'm gonna do as
audiobook
well.
before it goes away tomorrow.
I'm gonna plan some content and listen to this book. So
There
we'll
we go.
see everyone in 45 minutes.
Okie dokie.
Hello, friends.
We are having a moment.
Are you
My
in your
son
closet?
is deciding not to go to sleep, so it's my turn. So I'm in my closet.
Oh, Lord. Hello, Bree. So glad you could be here. Hello, Jessica. I know you were just on Rise Sprints because I was also doing double duty, okay, on Rise Sprints. Hello, Kennedy. Listening to Little Fires Everywhere. I've heard good things about this book.
I've never actually
But
read it, but I watched the show and it was great.
I definitely didn't watch the show because I'm a purist, and so I like to try to like read things first. But
See, I didn't know
I
it was a
feel like
book. I just
I
was
feel
that far out of the loop.
right. I feel like I should just read, like, just watch the show because I don't
Yeah.
know that I'll ever read the book, honestly. How did you do, Rainy? I read 31 pages. Well, listened to 31 pages. I didn't read that with my eyes.
I read 3% because then I realized I needed to finish my video for tomorrow.
Oh, I also got some things on my content calendar.
Oh, good.
So all my sprints are scheduled on there. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 videos that I know for sure I want to get
Oh,
up.
good.
So I feel like that's productive. Hello, yes, everybody's saying hello. Gotta go. Yeah, there's just so many people that sprint on Saturdays, and it used to just be Rye that sprint on Saturdays, and then like now everyone does it. So I'm just kind of like, you know what? I'll just jump between the people that I follow that sprint and just be like, usually it's just kind of like a hi, just wanted to support type of a message, but I do what I can. So how did everyone do on their books? Good, bad, ugly? Let me know.
Well, I at least got my video done. So, you know,
That's great. Did you say it's
there will
supposed to go up
be a
tomorrow?
video. Yeah, because I do Sundays and Wednesdays, and I haven't posted a video in 2 weeks, so I kind of need to get my life together.
Listen, I think people just assume that my channel is like a sprints channel with like a random video. Because am I consistent with videos?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. You get like a TBR game every month. That's the only
You
thing I
won't
can
go to
guarantee.
bed.
Team sprints. I know you are. Team sprints. A lot of people found my channel because I do sprints. So I'm not like mad about it. I just feel like no one expects me to do anything except sprints. Like if I said tomorrow, like, hi, there will be no more videos on this channel, like all you're gonna see from me are sprints, literally no one would be surprised. Luckily for me, I only follow 2 people with Saturday sprints. So just me and Rye. I get notifications for other people that do sprints, but some of those people that do sprints on Saturdays, I don't watch their sprints. Maybe that makes me a jerk, but there are channels that I follow that I don't watch their sprints. So like it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you mean watch them live or watch them after?
Like that I don't watch them live.
Oh, because yeah, if I miss a sprint live, I'm not going to go watch it.
I mean, so I tend to use like I save sprints, like old sprints from people in a
Yeah.
sprint playlist that I will like turn on in the background.
Yeah.
Like if I just need something to listen to, like while I'm doing something else, then I will do it that way. But like I'm not gonna rewatch Sprints. I'm sorry. Like I'm no.
Me too.
Me too. I actually watched Chloe from Persistent Bookworm during that sprint. I did watch her TBR MASH video for
I find out because I love mine. I love mine very much, but I hardly ever read the books that are on my TBR. Like I had 5 books for this month, and I think I've read 2. I'm never intrigued in the ones that end up getting picked for my prompts.
Listen, so I have a way that I got around this, right?
How did you get around this?
So I am filming the announcement video for the Gilmore Girls TBR game, and my first month playing it. It's all gonna be in one video. I was gonna make it 2 videos, but that's too much editing for me. Like I'm just not, no. So that is supposed to go up on Thursday. That's the first, right? Yeah, Thursday. So I'm gonna try to film it like tomorrow or Monday because it won't take me very long to edit. But what I did with my game was my prompts are very vague. So like the only ones that are specific are the ones that are Rory or Lorelai prompts. So like if I land on one of those spaces, then I have to like spin a wheel because I don't have a jar right now, but I spin a wheel or whatever it lands on, right? Those ones are more specific. But the ones that are actually on the game, like that a piece could land on, literally say like thriller, KU pick. I think the most specific one that I have is the one that's Ari's pick. Like I have the Ari pick one, which is specific. Like it's whatever he picks. I have a friend pick. So with that, I have like I have Brittany, I have a bunch of different like booktuber, book community friends on a wheel, and then if I land on that, I'll spin that wheel, and whoever is picked can pick a book. And then the one that's like social media picks, which it's just me scrolling through Instagram, and the first book that I run into like on my newsfeed, like the first post I run into that has a book in it, that's what I read. But otherwise, they are just so general. So that I can be like,
I do have a section just like what you just said on my board, like because I have like my 4 categories like romance, fantasy, whatever, and those prompts are all very specific. But then I also have my area where like I do my friends trivia at the end, and if I don't get like 3 out of 5 of them right, I have to do one of like the other ones, and it's things like call a friend or like nightmare prompt or like this on the other. And I'm like, I wouldn't mind keeping that if I could make the other ones not as like specific.
Yeah, mine are literally
I need to be able to mood read.
Like, look, I'll show you mine because mine are literally like thriller, horror. Like mine are literally like thriller, horror, fantasy, contemporary romance. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be like, these are some books that I hope to get to in this genre. But as long as I fulfill, like as long as I read a thriller book this month, that'll count. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm too much of a mood reader for an actual TBR.
Yeah. I'm reading further down, and I see Amy saying it can't go away, the Friends trivia. Don't you worry. The Friends trivia is not going anywhere.
60 pages of My Killer Vacation. I like it so far. It's a fast read. I'm wondering if I would have liked this book better if I had just picked up the physical book.
Maybe
I'll try it later. I wouldn't be. Oh, okay, I know what she's talking about. She's saying because I was saying earlier up here, ML said she was Team Sprints, and I was saying I could like announce tomorrow that like this channel is only for sprints, and no one would be surprised. They would just be like, it's fine, it's cool. Hello, Katie. Just finished The Last Housewife, 5 stars, and picking up the Soulmate Equation. I hope you love this.
A couple days ago, and it was also 5 stars.
I have not read that one.
It's really dark.
I do want to
Super
read
dark.
The Last Housewife. Yeah, that was the cat. And also, I didn't know that Jennifer Hillier was like all over KU. So I grabbed every Jennifer Hillier book that's on Kindle Unlimited, and it's sitting in my thing right now. And I'm gonna read
That's
some
my goal, is to
because
read her backlist, because I just read the Things We Do in the Dark, and then I've read Jar of Hearts. And next month I'm doing a book. I'm co-hosting Amy Noel's book club, and she picked Creep, so I'm reading that for next month.
which I know The Last Housewife, I'm pretty sure is Aunt Ashley Winstead or something.
Yeah.
But it just made me think of that because everybody is also talking about Jennifer Hillier, and I've read nothing.
Well, if you read those close together, though, they both have podcast elements in it, and so that was a little confusing for me because I read Things We Do in the Dark and then The Last Housewife right after, and I was like, wait, I feel like I've read this already.
What's happening?
Yeah.
I don't go back. Yeah, it is weird. And plus, like certain people like Gavin, they do like a timestamp. So they'll say like read till the hour or read till 45. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of doing like a timer or whatever.
That's what
Plus,
that's what Haley Hughes does. Yeah.
And then they'll like talk about things that are like so like I have to skip half the sprint just
Well, that or Katie does it, so she even has her book club discussion in her sprints, and she doesn't always do it at the beginning. And I'm like, how am I going to sift through and find when you talking about this book?
Right. Can you make it so you can switch out your books at any time?
Yeah,
I think that's a question for you.
Oh, I know it is, because then she says, "Can you follow the prompts?" And then she says, "The trivia cannot go away. Don't you worry." That's my favorite part of my whole entire game is the Friends trivia. So it's not going away. I just have to figure out how to make this board into a mood reader board, because I just feel like every month I'm like, well, I didn't read.
Yeah, I feel like you just need to do like what I'm doing. Which, by the way, I never would have even come up with the Gilmore Girls game anyway if it hadn't been for Rainy. Because I wanted to do TBR Uno, and then I saw someone else that had a video of TBR Uno, and she was like also a new booktuber around the same time I was, and I was like, no, this is gonna look like I just like coffee.
It took me so long to come up with the Friends one, because I was like, oh, I'm going to do Jenga. And then someone did that. I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this. Someone was doing that. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I could do it too. There's probably other people that do it. I'm like, but I want to be original.
That was my thing, because I was like, oh, I could do Uno. And like me and Sam had talked about it and we had like planned it all out. And then I went through and I was watching people's TBR thing and hers popped up. I think she posted it like in the LNC, like the Late Night Crew Discord. And I was like, okay, well, there goes that idea. And then
Did you see the Spin the Bottle one? That one's really cool.
I haven't seen it. I'll have to look that one
up. Sid Bookworm, she has a Spin the Bottle one. I love that one. And then
Cara, she does one that's TBR Tinder, which is cool.
That's
cool. Go get it. It's really cool because she has her screen recording on the side and she like swipes right or left. Like that's how she does it. And then like Crystal from Bond Book Reviews, she does Pick Pong.
Which I like that one. I do like that
cool concept too. And I've thought about doing like next year, doing like a different TBR game. Yeah. Like every other month doing someone else's TBR game. So like probably in August, I would do Pick Pong because she does the Pick Pong-a-thon anyway in August. But that's what I was thinking is like every other month I would do someone else's. But then I watched yours and I was like, how can I do this? I was like, what show could I do? Because I'm not going to play a Friends game. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not a Friends girly. I'm just
How dare ye?
And then I was sitting here and I was thinking about it and I was like planning out. What was funny is I was planning out when I was going to start my Gilmore Girls rewatch. And I was like, I could do a Gilmore Girls.
That show's not for me. I watched it one time all the way through and I'm just like, eh.
Right. So you are not a Gilmore Girls girly and I am not a Friends girly, but we can still be friends. You know what I'm saying?
I have also seen Friends at least 500 times.
Same for me with Gilmore Girls. So I was like
I just started over and over and over.
Right. Like I didn't want to like steal your game. So I was like, I don't really want to. Plus, like, I'm not good at trivia. I'm just gonna be honest. So I was like, I'm not gonna do trivia. So I did
I'm not very good either. If you've watched, I almost never get it right.
I did the Rory and Lorelai prompts, and then I have a girl on Etsy that I'm gonna order jars from to put that one says like Rory and one says Lorelai on it, and I'm gonna actually put them in there because I want it to be right now it's a completely digital game, but I do want it to be a physical game that I can like prop up and like people can see. Like
I just had a genius idea.
What?
I was like, I could still do the trivia, but I could like make it so like all the trivia are like on like little slips or whatever, and then like put them in like I could even do character jars if I wanted to or something, but even just have them in the thing and like pull out one trivia question at a time, and then if I get that one trivia question right, then like I can pick whatever, like I pick out of a jar, like the jar that lets me pick any thriller or like any romance or like any whatever.
Right.
And then if I get it wrong, then I have to do like a specific prompt.
A specific book. That could work. That could work. Because you'd still get the mood reading element with the structure. Yes. Y'all are over here watching shows about touching familial or friendships, relationships between humans. Listen, I also like neck biting vampires. I mean, it's not really like one or the other. You know what I'm saying? But I had to come up with a game that like made sense in my brain, but also was like on brand with like who I am as a person. Like I wasn't gonna do like a random show.
Yeah.
Because that wouldn't be very like authentic. But I do want to make the Gilmore Girls game like an actual physical game. Although I could leave the game board on my iPad because I could prop my iPad up on my shelf.
Yeah.
And still do it that way. But like as far as like, especially because I don't have a camera, like it's a pain in my butt to have to like go to a different screen on my iPad to spin the different wheels. Like it's not the vibe. It's not the vibe. Because I film on my phone, so I can't even like use my phone to do some of it.
See, that's why I do dice rolling.
Okay, so I do dice rolling. So I roll, I'm gonna sound really nerdy, but I roll a D20. No, I roll a D12, not a D12.
I have a D12 as well.
So I roll a D12 to determine how many times I roll to move around the board. And then I roll a D6 to move around the board.
See, I needed dice that had at least 10 sides. And so I just asked my brother-in-law, who has every single die known to man, because of Dungeons & Dragons, I was like, give me the dice.
That's what I use is I use my 7 die set from D&D. They're rainbow and they're freaking awesome. They're actually like dice that Sam gave me because when I started playing D&D, I had no dice. Like I didn't have anything. I had never played D&D before. And then I just got invited to a game. And so he was like, here, you can have these. And they're rainbow colored. Yeah, see, that would work.
That would work. I'm going to think about it.
I got Ollie to watch Buffy, 4th try and only successful. And then they wanted to watch Vampire Diaries. We are now at the end of season 4. Listen.
I have never watched a single episode of Buffy. I feel a little ashamed. I feel a little ashamed. No, I've watched all the Vampire Diaries.
So I feel like Buffy. Okay, so
I mean, when did that come on? Like early 90s?
In the early 90s. So I'm 30.
I was a baby.
So I'm 30, right? My mom was 16 when she had me, so she watched Buffy.
Yeah.
So I feel like the only reason that I really know about Buffy is because of my mom.
Yeah, see, my mom didn't watch Buffy, and like I was a baby when that came out, so like that's just past my time.
I just feel, I do feel like if you didn't have people in your life that were watching certain shows in the 90s, you weren't exposed to it.
Like the only reason I watched Friends is because my mom watched it. That came on when I was like 2, 3, like, and so I was obsessed with it.
Okay, so Veronica Mars was another one
I never
that was
watched
like a
that.
90s show. And I really didn't get into Veronica Mars until the remake in like 2012 or something. I don't remember when Hulu did the remake. It might be or sooner than that or later than that. But I didn't really get into that show. And then this like my mom watched like Days of Our Lives, like all the soaps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then we watched like Xena, but there are people that are my age that have no idea what Xena Warrior Princess is. So I feel
I
like
don't know that.
I feel like in the 90s, it just depended on like what you were exposed to. Because we didn't have social media to be like, hey, go watch this show. You know what I mean? Yeah, mid 90s. Rainy, are you 30?
I'm 29.
29. Okay, so you were born in what, 92?
93.
93? So I feel like, okay, so I was born at the ass end of 91. Okay. The ass end. Like literally. I was born in November of 91. So like I feel like if you weren't exposed to it, you wouldn't know what it was. Buffy was 1997. So the year that my sister was born.
Okay, so I was 4. I still wasn't watching it.
Mel says, "Stop making me feel old. If you like any current supernatural TV shows, you have Buffy to thank." Yeah, I mean, Buffy
Where
had
do
a
you
huge
watch
influence
Buffy? Where can you watch it?
on. She'll tell us in a minute.
I bet you she will.
So Buffy, do you remember that show in the early thousands that was called Dollhouse?
Yes.
Okay, so the guy that did that show is also the creator of Buffy. Josh Whedon.
Okay, it's on Hulu.
I remember Xena, but I didn't watch it. So I watched Xena, and then I watched all of the Xena and Hercules crossovers too. So
yeah,
you're welcome.
I will be right back because I don't know where my phone went, but you keep chatting away.
That is true. That Buffy, the TV show, only exists because of Buffy the movie. That is true.
Okay.
And you should go into Buffy knowing that Josh Whedon, who's the creator, is trash. Like he's trash, but like he makes good shows. You know, it's one of those. Listen, I know it's fine. And a lot of people think that I'm either younger than I am or they think that I'm older than I am. And the people that think I'm older than I am assume that I'm older because I have a 5-year-old. And then they get real shocked when I'm like, yeah, well, also I'm a birth mom and my oldest is about to be 11. So you're welcome. Ollie was born in 93 and has now watched the entire thing and loved it. And you can watch it on Hulu.
Well, I swear the only reason, like, because I don't look like super old, I don't look super young either, but like I used to get carded like even still, like when I was before, like right before I had Lincoln, and now it's like if I have Lincoln, they don't even bother. They just assume you're old enough to have a kid, you're old enough to drink. I'm like, yeah, that's how that works.
Right. Sam and I went to the liquor store yesterday because he wanted someone to like ride with him, which I was like, okay, fine. And we went to the liquor store yesterday and it was and I carried booze to the counter and it was the first time in my life that I had not been carded. And I'm wondering if it's because the guy that was in there has seen me in there before and has carded me, but like also it was just weird. Okay, so I guess Veronica Mars is 2004, but in 2004 I was like a freshman in high school. I wasn't watching Veronica Mars. I was watching, that was like when everybody was watching One Tree Hill and Gilmore Girls.
Oh, I didn't even know about One Tree Hill until I watched One Tree Hill, 3 years ago? It was so good.
Yeah, One Tree Hill and Gossip Girl were the things in 2004.
Oh, that was so good.
The movie that is true also. But Buffy wouldn't have been a show if it hadn't been for the movie. But the show is better than the movie. Does that make sense? There you go. 39 September. That's not old.
Old.
Sam, you know, Mr. Rita Winiva, he just turned 43, so it's fine. 40 September 16th. Happy early birthday. But no, listen, y'all are not old. Sam just turned 43 and he's like still sprightly, so if he can do it, anyone can. By the way, I watched the later seasons of Buffy when it was on TV weekly. You know what? That's fine. My mom was 44 when she passed away. So, if that tells you anything. Listen, it's fine. Comments, people, thank you. Y'all with me in our age. Listen, I'm just glad that y'all want to like hang out with me, you know, with me as this young kid over here.
Young whippersnapper.
I feel better. Just turned 43. He just turned 42. Okay, yeah. Sam just turned 43 in like this month. I was actually on sprints on his birthday because he told me not to cancel sprints for his birthday. So, sounds good. Yes. Listen, it's fine.
I also love how you call him Mr. Reading Winiva. I was like, so I guess Aaron is Mr. Rainy Blue Reads.
Well, okay, so ML and Ollie came up with that, I think. Because I would say his name on sprints, but then I would feel weird about it because I was like, I don't know if he really wants me to like say his name on sprint. So I stopped saying it and just started referring to him as the boyfriend, which sounds ridiculous. Like it makes it sound like we're 16 years old. So I was like, this sounds stupid.
Yeah.
And then one day ML was like, ML or Ollie called him Mr. Reading Winiva, and so it just stuck. Especially since one of my friends, also her husband's name is Sam. So that's how we differentiate too. So I got alcohol at Walmart. Yes, when the machine asked if the customer looked older than 40. Oh no.
I would have slapped.
What I love is when people can't figure out how old I am. So they like, especially men, they can't figure out how old I am by just looking at me because I don't wear makeup. And my hair is almost always like this or in braids. So they can't figure out how old I am. And so they'll refer to me as ma'am, but they'll say it like hesitantly. Like they'll be like, how can I help you, ma'am? Like they're trying to like, and then I'll like look at them and I'll be like, first of all, I'm not old enough to be called ma'am. So like, that's fine. But also I know that you're looking at me and thinking that I'm like 16. So it's fine. My daughter has started watching the 90s sitcoms. Listen, the 90s was where it was at. If you can find places to stream 90s sitcoms, like, honestly, they're great, okay? It's fine. I always feel like a grandma on BookTube. Listen, I fall. It seems that with the friends that I've made on BookTube, I fall somewhere in the middle. Like, I'm not the oldest person, but I'm also not the youngest person. Because, like, Sarah from Sarah Shelves is, like, 23, I think, and I thought she was younger than that.
Well, Deja from Deja's Book World is like 19.
Yeah, like I don't know how old people are on BookTube, and all, but like I don't know. It's just a thing. I watched Buffy the movie as a kid. My sister's 9 years older, so I saw a lot of stuff I probably shouldn't have been watching. Listen, my mom was a teenage mom, so I also watched a lot of things that I probably shouldn't have. Like, I grew up on The Simpsons.
I hate that show.
But like, I had friends whose parents did not allow them to watch The Simpsons because
I was not allowed.
Because of the itchy and scratchy segments. But also, like, Homer Simpson is like constantly like choking Bart out. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I grew up on it. So like now as a parent, Ari will be like, Mom, can I watch The Simpsons? And I'm like, sure. Because like, it is what it is. I think he was just trying to be faster about it. I mean, probably, but like also. ML, you're funny.
I will watch a Buffy episode tomorrow.
My daughter is 19. We went somewhere and a lady thought we were sisters. So so Ari gets mistaken as my sister all the time. And it's quite funny to me because when she gets anxious. So like if we're out somewhere and she's anxious, she will just stand there and she'll just look at me and she'll be like, "Hi, mom. Love you, mom. Hi, mom." It's like a nervous tick for her. So when I take her out places, like when we went to Pride, there were a lot of people there. And people would stop me and be like, "Oh, your sister's so cute." Well, like I'm not going to take time to like, unless you ask me directly if she's my sister, like I'm not going to be like, "Oh, thank you, but she's my daughter." Like I don't have time for all that. So I would just like say thank you and then continue on. Well, at one point someone stopped us and was like, "Is this your sister?" And I was like, "Actually, it's my daughter." And they looked at me and you could tell they didn't believe me. And she had like
She
her
looks just like you.
which I think is why they think she's my sister. Because she's light skinned. But like no sisters I know look identical, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she had the rainbow hair and everything, and he had stopped me. He was like a little gay boy. He was so cute. And he like stopped me, and I could tell he didn't believe me. And she was like, "Hi, mom." And he's like, and his eyes got really big, and he's like, "I just wanted to tell you that her hair slays." And then he like ran off. But like, it's just funny to me. Yeah, Tina is only 17. I thought Tina was older because she talks about like the KU books that she reads. And I'm not shading, like that's fine. Like okay. At 17, I was also reading like, smutty books. I was reading like The Claiming of Sleeping Beauty by Anne Rice. It's fine. But like I thought Tina was older, and then one day she said something about being 17, and I was like, "Oh, I mean, welcome." People haven't lived until they've watched Designing Women. Designing Women. What is this? I'm gonna have to look that up. So my job here is done. My elementary school hated that my mom let me watch Beavis and Butthead. So I also grew up with Beavis and Butthead because my mother was
dad would watch it, and I would hide behind the couch to watch it.
So my mom watched Beavis and Butthead. She watched Ren and Stimpy. She watched, like, I grew up on South Park, which, like, don't let your kids watch South Park.
I hate that show.
Like, I will watch it. Now, if I have to be in the mood to watch it, but I will occasionally just, like, turn on South Park for, like, nostalgia. But if I have South Park on, like, Ari is nowhere in the room. Like, I will send her to her bedroom because I'm like, you cannot watch this. Like, no, ma'am. Yeah, I hope that Rainy loves it also.
I do. I hope so. I'm ready.
So I know what Coach is, but I don't know what Designing Women is.
I don't know what either is. Oh dear, all these shows.
And I know what Murphy Brown is.
I'm just gone.
Rainy's like, I don't know. I don't think I know what Murphy Brown is, but I don't think I've ever actually watched it.
I know Leroy Brown. Does that count? The baddest guy in the whole damn
And like I watched Full House. Did you watch Full House growing up?
Oh yeah, duh. I mean,
but like my thing is this: when I talk about shows, they're all like Disney Channel. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like
Disney's where it's at. Raven,
I can talk
Lizzie
about
McGuire, like
yes, I can talk about Lizzie McGuire. That so Raven, High School Musical, the Cheetah Girls. Listen, I watched the Cheetah Girls the other day.
Girls that came out, it said 20 years ago. Like, holy!
Oh my god, dude! I watched Cheetah Girls, the first one. I watched it for the first time in like 2 or 3 years the other day.
It's so good.
I think the last time I watched it was in 2020, like when Disney Plus was first released, right? I watched it. And so I watched it the other day and I still know all of the songs. I just want everyone to know. And I can hit
World.
I can hit that high C too that they hit in the beginning.
Did you watch Boy Meets World?
Yes. But I did not like the remake.
Oh yeah, no.
Girl Meets World.
No. That was dumb. Just like I loved Fuller House though.
So I know about Murphy Brown because of I'm not gonna say because of people in my life. That's what I'm gonna say, but I don't want to make people like feel weird. How about Saved by the Bell? Yes, I know Saved by the Bell. I used to watch that show.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I remember Step by Step.
No idea.
Yeah.
What?
Wow. I mean, listen. I remember Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Dang, we are taking it all the way back.
We really are. Like,
I watched Family Matters.
Here's the thing. Family Matters, yes. Here's the thing. So I grew up with, so my mom was so young when she had me, right? That I knew my great grandma. Now, my great grandma was in like a nursing home. You know what I'm saying? But like, I knew her. Like, we visited her. Like, we hung out with her.
Oh, I
So,
knew my
like,
great grandma.
Everybody that like most people don't grow up with, right? Like their great grandparents, like a lot of people my age that I know personally grow up with like their parents and then their parents' parents, right?
Yeah.
We have a 5-generation photo with my oldest son, Hunter, before he went into care. And it
I
is
only have a 4.
Yeah, it's my great grandma. Is it 4 or 5? No, it's 5 because it's my great grandma, my opa, and my grandma Nancy was also in a photo. Okay, and then my mom, me, and then my oldest son Hunter. So we were able to get a 5-generation photo, but now at 30, everybody in my life is just dying off. So like, it is what it is. Family Toes. Oh, Family Ties. I remember that show. I was like, I do not know a show called Family TGIF TV. Okay, do you remember when they had, what was that? It was like Doug and Pepper Ann, and it was on Saturday mornings. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
But I don't remember
Ginger.
what it was.
Oh, it's told by Ginger and
Yeah, but I don't remember what it was called because it's Told
I
by
don't
Ginger
know.
was exclusive to Nickelodeon. But they had a thing that was like Doug and Pepper Ann and
I remember.
Recess. They were
Yeah.
all also Disney shows, but they were like a specific thing on Saturday mornings.
I
That
do
was my
remember
jam.
that.
I mean, I also had a crush on Alan Thicke, and he was way too old for me. I'm just saying. Couldn't even sell potato when he's gone. Popcorn and TV on Friday nights. Yeah, that's crazy. Is that what it was called? Just Saturday morning cartoons? Yeah, like, but it was like all the things.
Yeah.
Ollie had never seen Doug. Listen,
I love Doug, especially Doug the movie.
So like Doug and Pepper Ann, and then like I know they just ended this show, and it's so sad for me. But like Arthur, like I grew up with Arthur my whole life, and then
They
like
just
introduced
finished Arthur.
Yeah, after like
Is it
25
still
years.
going?
It's over now. They finally did their last episode, but I think it ran for like 25 years.
I loved Arthur.
And then like I also had younger siblings, right? So I grew up like for myself, I watched things like Barney and Teletubbies and Blue's Clues like way older than I should have because I had younger siblings. So like I remember like when Dora the Explorer started, we watched like Little Bear. We watched
I got made fun of for watching Dora, and I was like, I literally have siblings that are 9 years younger than me.
Listen, I didn't even care, to be honest. Like, I think I watched Barney until I was like 16, just because like I had younger siblings. So like you could not follow. Oh, you couldn't follow Doug. Yeah, Doug doesn't really have plot. Like I feel like Doug was just for like the entertainment of it. Like there's nothing to follow. But I did watch Hey Arnold for the first time in like 15
I love
years
Hey
the other
Arnold.
day. And like I forgot how much I love that show. But also
No,
Helga
you know what
Pataki,
show was the best was Wild Thornberries.
the Wild Thornberries was great. Rugrats, like the original Rugrats,
I
top
don't
tier.
know. I watched that recently and I was like, why did I like that so much? This is dumb. I mean,
Now Rugrats didn't really have a plot. It was
no.
just them like going on these like fake adventures. But like Hey Arnold had a plot, but like why did we not realize like why did our parents not realize how toxic Helga was? Just
I don't
wondering.
know because like for like
Because all of
what is
our
it?
all,
What
all
is
of our
that
parents
show?
were just like, this is fine.
What is that show? Oh, you know Drake and Josh?
Yeah.
Like I wasn't allowed to watch that because my mom thought that the sister was such a jerk and she didn't want me being like that to my siblings and I was like, "Are you joking with me?"
But she let you watch Hey Arnold.
Yes.
Helga had a shrine in her closet, bro.
I know.
She used to break into Arnold's bedroom and hide in his closet. That's on a regular TV run by Disney. Okay, that's what it was. So it was just called Saturday Morning Cartoon. And I knew it was like a Disney thing, but like, got you. Okay, that makes sense. Yes, Doug, listen. Like Doug probably I did watch As Told by Ginger because it's on Paramount Plus now.
I like
And As
that.
Told by Ginger is just as top tier as it was when I watched it originally. You did not like Doug. Doug I feel like Doug was some people liked it and some people didn't. Skeeter was black. I'm pretty sure was actually voiced by a black guy. So
Yeah.
they just made them all like different colors. You know what I mean? Like Doug was like yellow. Like he wasn't, you know.
Yeah, and like Patty was like BB was purple and
I
Roger
think
was
Patty was
green.
pink or something.
Yeah.
Skeeter was green. Doug on Nickelodeon was better than on Disney. I mean, I liked both. Yeah, Scooter was great. Skeeter. I don't remember how the hell you said his name. Disney Doug is it. Hello, welcome.
Well, that may be great.
Yeah, yeah, Skeeter. Doug and Pepper Ann was part of the Toon Disney lineup. Yeah, Toon Disney. That's what that was. Rocco's Modern Life and the Angry Beavers. So I liked these shows. I also liked Cat Dog.
Oh yeah.
Cat Dog. And then does anyone else remember Rocket Power or is that a fever dream?
Yes.
This Rocket Power. So we call my little brother Squid after Squid on Rocket Power.
Oh, Aaron and I still go woogity woogity woogity.
Yes. I remember the show. I liked Our Real Monsters, but my sister, we didn't get to watch it a lot because it gave my sister nightmares.
It gave me nightmares. I wouldn't watch that or Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Courage the Cowardly Dog gave me nightmares, but Our Real Monsters gave my sister nightmares. So we didn't watch it a lot simply because we didn't want to give her nightmares because she would literally scream the house down. Like it was that bad. But I like Rugrats. So Ari likes Rugrats, but she doesn't like the new one that's like the weird like 3D claymation thing. She doesn't like it. It freaks her out. Secrets of Sulphur Springs.
Never heard.
I don't know what this is. We be watching a lot of Blue's Clues in my house. And honestly, I did not like Joe on Blue's Clues. I'm sorry.
He was the only one.
If anyone likes Joe, then I'm sorry. But
it's only
Steve was the dude. And also, honestly, I do like Josh. And I think the reason I like Josh is because they changed the name of the show. Like, it's not just Blue's Clues, it's Blue's Clues and You. So it doesn't bother me so badly. But I actually do like Josh. But I do not like, I never liked Joe. Like, no. But also, did anyone watch that thing that came out in like 2020 with Steve? Because I follow him on TikTok. And it came out in 2021 because I watched it at the old Dunkin' that I worked at we all watched it at the same time, like a bunch of us, and we were all around the same age. And so it was just a bunch of us, men
so
and
sad.
women, and we were just crying in Duncan, like waiting on people crying. Like, it's fine. My mom hated Cat Dog. You know what? My mom also
did
hated
too.
Cat Dog, but she watched Ren and Stimpy, so she has nothing to complain about. May she rest in peace. But honestly,
I did not
Ren
like
and
Ren and
Stimpy,
Stimpy.
yeah, it definitely should not have been a kid show. And I think the only reason my mom let me watch it because she didn't let my siblings watch it. So I think she was just like dumb, but like not, you know what I'm saying? Like she didn't really know not to let me watch it, so she just let me. Rocco's Modern Life is great. Angry Beavers was after my time. Yeah, I liked Angry Beavers. What is on Disney Plus? Cat Dog?
Probably.
Oh, Secrets of Sulphur Springs, I think is what she's talking about. Okay, I'll look at that. Big City Greens. I do like this show. Ari really likes Big City Greens also.
You know what you would like, but I don't know if she's scared of dinosaurs or things. Camp Cretaceous.
She'll probably be fine.
Because it's Jurassic Park, but it's a cartoon, and it's like it's not like the same. I mean, it's not the same storyline. It's like a bunch of new kids that get trapped on the dinosaur island.
Is that the one on Netflix?
Yes.
She's watched it. She likes that show.
You liked or didn't?
She likes it.
Oh, it's fantastic.
She likes it. Because she'll be like, can we watch this? And I'm like, sure, I don't care. Sam got her to watch does anyone remember that show? I think it's just called Dinosaur.
Oh yes, that's
but the one that's like it has the baby that's like, I'm the baby. You know what I'm talking about? It is like creepy, like the animation. Ari likes that show. Sam got her to watch it with him. One of the MCs is a young black girl. She's basically a smart.
Well, Aaron made Lincoln watch Gullah Gullah Island because Aaron was obsessed with that.
Listen, I loved Gullah Gullah Island. Gullah Gullah Island. Gullah Gullah.
That and Maggie and the Ferocious Beast.
She likes Maggie and the Ferocious Beast. Gullah Gullah Island is on Prime, Amazon Prime. I tried to get her to watch Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood because she likes Daniel Tiger.
Oh yeah.
But she doesn't like the puppets in the original Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, which like I can't blame her. Like they're very scary. Ren and Stimpy, yeah, it definitely was. I mean, I watched Ren and Stimpy my entire life. It's not a show that I like, if I'm going to be honest. I just think that it's just stupid. Like, it's kind of like Jackass, but like animated. Like, what's the point? Land of the Lost. With the, yeah, baby. Yeah, Land of the Lost is good. I love dinosaurs. Yeah, not the mama. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, she really likes that show, and now we're just gonna quote it. It's fine. But yeah, Ari really likes dinosaurs. I didn't think she would because the animation is kind of creepy. She tried to get me to let her watch The Dark Crystal the other day, and I turned it on for her, but I told her I was like, I don't think you're gonna like this. Which like I grew up on The Dark Crystal. I don't know how I didn't have more nightmares as a child. But we got like 5 minutes into it. She's like, can you turn this off? And I was like, yeah. Skit show on around the time. It was short and stupid skits and came on at night. I have no idea.
Ugh.
Is she really? I did not know that. So she has watched Labyrinth. We watched it last year, or we watched it this year in 2022.
I'm ashamed to say I haven't watched that because Aaron quotes that movie to me all the time.
So Ari watched it because we watched it on my mom's death anniversary because it was her favorite like movie. She likes the music part, but she cried when the Goblin King stole the baby. So, like, literally cried. Like, she was like, can't you just give the baby back? Like, it was a time. But also, she couldn't decide if David Bowie was a man or a woman. Because she asked me, and I was like, I mean, I'm pretty sure David Bowie identified as a man, but it was the 80s. So like
Yeah.
all that. Oh yeah,
So,
all
yeah.
did you watch that? Did you watch the Amanda show?
Or Keenan and Kel.
Keenan and Kel? The Good
That
Burger,
was
Home
such
of
a
the
good.
Good
Oh, I
Burger.
love that show.
Yeah, I like Never Ending Story as well. I did not. So the Never Ending Story is that one exception to the rule where I like the movie, but I thought that the book was boring. So sorry. Yeah, the Amanda Show. I watched the Amanda Show, and I have the theme song stuck in my head, but I won't sing
I know, right?
it.
I was just thinking it.
Yeah, right. Because she asked me because she couldn't figure it out. She was like, "Is the Goblin King?" She was like, "Kings are men, but is the Goblin King a man or a woman?" And I was like, it's David Bowie, so who knows?" The 80s was a confusing time, you know. The skit show was called The State. I mean, I know that he's a man, but my 5-year-old is not looking at that. You know, she was like, her curiosity was the way he was dressed. Because in that movie, he's wearing like leather pants and like a tunic. But she felt like his tunic looked like a dress. And he had long hair in that movie. So. How are you hanging, Rainy?
Why do I look like I'm dying?
You look sleepy.
I have really bad acid reflux right now, and I'm also just tired. But and you know, but yeah.
I agree that Kel is the funny one. I have to agree with this. I don't really watch SNL, like, unless Sam makes me watch it because he likes SNL. But I agree. Yeah, I agree. I agree that Kel was a funny one. But Keenan was the one that everyone remembered.
I didn't remember him. I remembered Kel.
I remembered Kel also, but like
soda.
Right. That's for you.
I know. It really is the worst. It's quite awful.
Do we want to do one more?
I can do one more.
Okay. Do you want to do a 45-minute?
Yeah, that's fine. I know what I ate, so it's unfortunate.
Was it your pizza?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah. Good night, Katie. Okay, we're gonna do one more 45-minute. We're gonna do one more 45-minute sprint, and then we're probably gonna call it a night. I might do sprints tomorrow because I'll be home all day. And what else am I gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
What time are you doing them tomorrow?
I don't know. Probably, I don't know. I was thinking daytime, but the thing is, so the live show for My Killer Vacation is at noon, and then Sarah also has friends at noon. So I was thinking like,
wait, are they all gonna finish the book in time?
3. So most people have finished it or DNF'd it.
Okay.
So like Aoife and Michelle are the ones actually doing Rom-Comathon. Like they're the hosts of it.
Yeah.
And they've both finished the book.
Okay.
So, and a lot of people in the sprints and stuff have said that they've either finished it or DNF'd it. Like there's no in between.
Okay.
It seems.
Yeah.
So I was thinking probably like 3. if I do sprints tomorrow. I'll probably do them at like 3.
Okie
Because
dokie.
then everybody else is done.
Yeah.
Unless you were wanting later sprints. Why?
No, 3 works for me.
Did you have a thought? Okay. So do you want to do sprints with me tomorrow at 3?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, cool. So I'll just stick this same. Listen, I'm sorry. I'm all about recycling my thumbnails. Like I'm not gonna
No,
make a
you
new
did.
I need to read a graphic novel for comic book club on Wednesday.
Oh, they're talking about My Killer Vacation.
My Killer Vacation. The live show for that is tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern on Aoife's channel. I keep wanting to call her Aofi because that's what we call her, but like I don't know if everyone else calls her that.
Wait, what's her actual name? Aoife?
Aoife. But the way
Because
her
I
name
saw
is
it in the
spelled,
chat earlier, and I went, "Who is Aoife?"
it looks like Aofi. And Michelle started calling her Aofi, like accidentally called her that because she was like, I always try to sound your name out and it comes out as Aofi. And so it just stuck. And Aoife was like, it's fine, you guys can call me that. So like in their Discord, like in the Rom-Comathon Discord, when she introduced herself, she was like, hi, I'm Aoife, but you can call me Aofi.
No. Oh, poor Aoife.
And sometimes when I look at her name, I have to think about how you actually say it. Like if I'm just talking about her, I call her Aoife. But if I'm actually looking at her name,
It looks like
it trips
Aoife.
me up because it looks like Aofi. But that's
Oh,
also why I don't get mad when people call me Neva instead of Neva because it's fine. I don't care. It's fine. Okay, we'll do one more 45 minutes rant. So we'll see you guys in 45 minutes. How did we do?
I read nothing. Oh, I don't know. I just wasn't in the reading mood. I was planning my content instead, but I lucked out and I clicked renew for Delilah Green and expected not to be able to because someone was waiting, and it let me renew it anyway for another week. So
Love to hear it.
we're good. But yeah,
So
I plan out. I'm going to read all witch books in October and call it Witch-O-Ween.
That's fun. Yes, I'm doing Vlogoween, so I'm reading all
Witchy
thrillers. I'm pretty sure they're all like thrillers and mystery books.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna
So
do
I finished Chloe Brown. Get a Life, Chloe Brown. I gave it 4.5. It wasn't terrible. Like, I mean, it was fine. The smut in it
you gave
is
it
really good.
4.5. Wouldn't that be more than 5?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I have thoughts about it.
Okay.
Like the smut was really good, and the chronic pain representation was really good. I just don't think that I like Grumpy Sunshine when the woman is the grump.
Oh, I don't like that even a little.
Yeah. And in this one, she's the grump and he's the
I think that's
sunshine.
why I stopped reading it. Although
And
I've
I don't.
heard that that's the worst one. That's the worst one in the series, is what I've heard.
That's what I've heard too. And then I think I'm gonna start You've Reached Sam, but like I'm kind of scared it's gonna rip my heart out.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
But I did listen to, I don't know, 17 minutes of Crimes of Passion, which is on Audible. It's like a
That's
podcast.
good.
It's like a gay black love story about podcasters.
That's cool.
16 pages and 98% done with V for Vendetta. I was today years old when I found out that this was a book. I did not know V for Vendetta was a book. This is for you, ma'am, about your Witch-O-Ween.
Bring on the witches. Yep.
Page 40 of Run Rose Run. Good so far. It
Literally saved all my witchy books for now.
In my opinion, Run Rose Run just gets better the further you get into it.
Oh.
Annual discussion for a class that starts September 6th. That is very productive. Yeah, I don't know why I said it quite like that. Maybe because I'm tired. It's just, I have thoughts because like the book itself was really was good. Like the story was good, the representation was good. I just don't think that I think I like my Grumpy Sunshine to be like the dude is a grump. You know, well, not even necessarily the dude, because even in LGBTQ books, like if it's like two gay men, like I prefer for the more masculine. I prefer for the more masculine person to be grumpy. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand why Chloe Brown is grumpy. You know what I'm saying? I just don't. I didn't love her being the grump.
Yeah.
79% of The Light Between Oceans. I hope you're loving this. This sounds like literary fiction to me, or historical fiction. Neither
All right,
one.
really quick. If you're gonna stay up and chat more, you can. I am dropping like a fly.
Yeah, I'm gonna read these last 3 comments and then I'm getting off too because I am sleepy.
Okay.
2 hours left. Yeah. You keep having these books, man, where they feel like they're dragging on forever. I don't like sunshines, all grumps, and no romance. Pretty literary and historical. Got you. No problem. Okay, we're gonna jump off here. We'll be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Late again. I know it. We'll be back tomorrow at 3 because I don't have anything to do tomorrow. And Rainy said she'll come on and hang out. So
I'll be much more awake tomorrow.
At 3 p.m. Eastern, and the live show for Rom-Comathon book, whatever that's called right now that I can't think of, My Killer Vacation, is at noon on Aoife's channel. So we love y'all, and good night. Also, you're welcome, ML.
I'm gonna watch it tomorrow.
Okay, like Michelle would say bye.
Bye.